Up to now, if you wanted to monitor ambient conditions, such as temperature or humidity continuously, it usually costs you a lot of time and money, not to mention nerves. Conventional data loggers, for example, required laborious individual readouts by hand. If critical temperature changes occurred, you generally only found out about it too late. Stationary data monitoring systems, on the other hand, need time-consuming installation and are often complicated to operate. Apart from this, they're also not exactly cheap to buy and maintain. Wouldn't it be good to have a measurement solution with which sensitive ambient conditions can really be monitored easily? A solution which doesn't require you to be familiar with IT infrastructures, firewalls, and databases, and which tells you right away when things get risky, no matter where you happen to be. Now there is just such a solution, Testo Severus 2. The monitoring solution which adapts to your life and not the other way around. And this is how it works. Commissioning Testo Severus 2 yourself is child's play. A few minutes after unpacking it, a wireless probe starts transmitting the first measurement values by Wi-Fi to the cloud. Done. You can access the data anywhere and anyhow you want. On a PC in your office, by smartphone when you're traveling, or with a tablet at home. No matter where you are, your measurement values are always with you. And if a limit value is violated, you get the alarm quite simply on a device of your choice. Or on all of them. You never know. With Testo Severus 2, you have all your relevant ambient conditions under control. Simple, anytime, and anywhere.
Today I'd like to show you how to configure and commission the data logger system Testo Severus 2 in only a few minutes. To do this, use your preferred browser to go to www.severus2.net. Register there, select your country, enter the other contact data here, accept the terms and conditions. You now receive an automatic email to the address you've given in order to verify the authenticity of the email address. Go to your mail inbox and click on the confirmation link. Now log in using your login data. It's that easy to register in the Testo cloud. When you register for the first time in the Testo cloud, the Quick Start Guide automatically starts. This guides you through the first steps for commissioning your Testo Severus 2 system. First of all, you enter your license key, which you purchase together with your Wi-Fi data logger. The second step is about integrating your Wi-Fi data logger into your wireless LAN and allocating it to your cloud account. To do this, insert the batteries and connect the Wi-Fi data logger to your computer using the USB cable included in delivery. Navigate to the external drive Testo Severus 2, for example with the Windows Explorer. Open the PDF file in the drive. Please note, this step only works with Adobe Reader. In the configuration PDF, you have to give 3 pieces of information in order to integrate the Wi-Fi data logger into your wireless LAN and allocate it to your account. Please keep your wireless LAN access data ready to hand for this purpose. The account ID is a unique marker with which the Wi-Fi data loggers can be allocated to your account. The easiest thing is to copy these from the Quick Start Guide straight into the PDF form. The SSID is the name of the local wireless network. Enter this, as well as the corresponding network password, and save the configuration file on the Wi-Fi data logger. One little tip at this stage. If you wish to commission several Wi-Fi data loggers, simply save the configuration file, for example to your desktop, and copy it onto each further Wi-Fi data logger. This saves you time and you don't need to fill in the configuration PDF all over again. Now disconnect the Wi-Fi data logger from your PC. In the display, an antenna symbol for the connection to the wireless LAN and a cloud as a symbol for the connection to the Testo cloud are now displayed. And you have already finished integrating your Testo Severus 2 Wi-Fi data logger into your wireless LAN and allocating it to your account. You can call up the Quick Start Guide again at any time via the logger symbol with the plus sign in the menu bar at top right. Today I'm going to show you how to register a probe with the Testo Severus base. Use the arrow buttons on the base to access the menu Info System. Then press the Enter button to access the registration mode. The connection symbol in the base shows that the base is now ready to register the wireless probe. Now press the Connect button on the rear of the probe until the LED on the front of the probe flashes orange. Once the LED on the front of the probe flashes green, the probe is successfully registered. The status LED on the base also briefly lights up in green. In order to register more wireless participants, press Enter. In order to exit the registration mode, press the Escape button. Now start the Testo Severus Commissioning Assistant. Leave the standard settings as they are. In this dialog, you see the probe you've just registered. Allocate a measurement zone to it. Here you can make more configurations to the measurement probe you've just registered. For example, by clicking on this space, you can alter the probe name. Here you can set the measurement rate. Here you can set the start time of the measurement. Click on Finish to close the commissioning assistant. Confirm the message with OK. The component is now successfully registered. In order to deregister a component, start the commissioning assistant. Switch to the tab Projects and click on the button Deregister Component. Now select the components you wish to deregister and confirm with OK. You confirm the following message with Yes. In order to create a one-off report, select the desired zone. Click on One-off Report. The report assistant starts. On the left-hand side, you can choose between predefined report contents. On the right, you can define the report content yourself. Below, you can set the report period. Select the location you want to save it to and click on Save. The one-off report has now been created. In order to create an automatic report, switch to the tab Automatic Reports. Click on New Report. You can give the report a name by right-clicking on Report and left-clicking on Rename. Confirm with Enter. Here you can select the measurement zone. Under Settings, you can carry out more configurations, for example showing or hiding individual channels. In this area, you can define the content of the report and, if required, add a logo and a signature line. Here you define the time cycle of the report. Here you can set the dispatch options. Once you've entered all the information, you click on Apply Settings. With a left click on Create Report, you can now create a temporary report. Today I'm going to show you how to set alarms for the Testo Severis base. Click on Alarm Management and then on Alarm Settings Base. Under Device Alarm Severis Base, you can define the events for which the base issues an alarm. Under Alarm Conditions, you set the time delay after which acknowledged alarms are re-triggered. Under Alarm Output Severis Base, you define how the base notifies you in case of alarm. Under Advanced Settings, you adjust the latent delay for the wireless and Ethernet components. Once you've entered all the settings, you click on Apply Settings. Switch back to the menu Stationary Zones and the alarm settings are transferred to the base. Today I'm going to show you how to configure component alarms. To do this, click on Alarm Management and then on Alarm Settings Components. In order to add a new alarm group, right-click in the field, then on Insert into New Group. First name the alarm group. Under System Alarms, you can now define for which events an alarm should be given. For example, for a low battery level. Under Alarm Conditions, you set the time delay after which acknowledged alarms are re-triggered. Under Alarm Output Severis Base, you define how the base notifies you in case of alarm. Once you've entered all alarm settings, you click on Apply Settings. Switch back to the menu Stationary Zones and the alarm settings are transferred to the base. Today I'm going to show you how to configure alarms for temperature deviations. To do this, click on Alarm Management and then on Alarm Settings Channels. In the table in the middle, all measurement channels in the systems are listed. In order to add a new alarm, click with the right mouse key into an empty field under Alarm Group. Go to Insert into New Group and Alarm. Name your alarm group. For limit values, define upper and lower limit values. Under Device Alarms, you can now define for which events an alarm should be given. Under Alarm Conditions, you set the delay for upper and lower limit value violations, as well as the delay after which confirmed alarms should be re-triggered. Under Alarm Output Severis Base, you define how alarms are made visible at the base. Once you've entered all alarm settings, you click on Apply Settings. Now switch back to Stationary Zones. The alarm settings are now transferred to the base. Today I'm going to show you how to create an alarm receiver. To do this, click on Alarm Management and then on Alarm Receiver. You create a new receiver by clicking on New Receiver. Give the receiver a different name by right-clicking on Name and then Rename. Now enter how the receiver is to be informed. By SMS with a number, and by email. In this area, you can configure readiness times. These are the times in which the alarm receiver is informed by alarm. In order to alter a readiness time, right-click on the bar here, for example, then delete. Now click with the right-hand button into the empty grey area. Click on New. You can now set a new readiness time. Once you have set the readiness time, confirm with OK. You have now configured the new receiver. Click on Apply Settings and then back to Stationary Zones. The alarm settings are now transferred to the base. Today I'm going to show you how to define alarm rules. To do this, click on Alarm Management and then on Alarm Rules. To create a new alarm rule, click on the field New Rule. Here you can set the alarm group. In this field you can enter a free text which is displayed in the alarm notification. Here you set the receiver. You can set forwarding for unconfirmed alarms here. Here, enter the time after which an unconfirmed alarm should be forwarded. And here, set the receiver. Here you can set another forwarding, or alternatively click on Finish. The alarm rule has now been created and you see it in the table. In order to apply the alarm settings, go back to the menu Stationary Zones. The alarm settings are now transferred to the base. Today I'm going to show you how to create standardized acknowledgement comments. To do this, click on Alarm Management and then on Comments for Alarm Acknowledgement. To create a new comment, click on Add. Now enter the text of your comment. Confirm with Enter, then switch back into the menu Stationary Zones. Today I'm going to show you how to install the Severus software. Insert the Severus software CD. It automatically starts playing. Click on Run Shell Exec and the installation assistant starts. Select your language. Click on 1. Installation of the Severus software on a PC or server. Follow the instructions of the installation assistant. When the installation is finished, click on Finish. Next, install point 2, the Severus server including client software. During the installation, you will be requested to restart the computer several times. In this case, always select No and restart the computer at the end of the installation. Now continue with 3, the installation of the mail server. Now continue with point 4. The installation is now finished. Now you can restart the computer. To do this, click on Finish. Today I'm going to show you how to deinstall the Severus software correctly. Click on Computer, click on Uninstall Program in the bar at the top. Go to the Testo Severus entries in the list. Now deinstall all Testo Severus entries and make sure you deinstall the Testo Severus server entry last. Click on Uninstall and follow the instructions. Now go to the Microsoft SQL Server entries in the list. Deinstall the entries from bottom to top. You have now successfully completed the deinstallation of Severus. Download the firmware system update files from the Testo website. Open the Commissioning Assistant. Go to the tab Projects and click on the button System Update. Select the folder where you've unpacked the firmware system update files. Click on OK. The update files are now loaded into the base. Click on OK to end the Commissioning Assistant and restart the base. After the base restarts, its firmware is updated. The update of the other components takes a little time. In order to check the completion of the update, go to the tab System and click on a component. Here you can see the current firmware status. Download the software update files from the Testo website. To start the software update, you must first stop two Testo services. Now close all opened windows. Then open the folder with the installation files you previously unpacked. Now run both installation files. In order to finish the software update, finish by restarting the computer. Connect the Ethernet components to the PC using a USB cable and programming adapter. Now start the Testo Saveris Ethernet Assistant. Enter the IP address, net mask and gateway of the components. Here enter the IP address of the Saveris base. Click on Finish. Confirm the message with OK. The component now runs down and briefly lights up green when the configuration was successful.
Today we want to take a look at how easy and quick it is to configure a Testo 184 data logger. Therefore, we simply take off the USB cap of our data logger and plug it into the USB slot of our computer. After a few seconds, a window opens and we can just simply double-click the configuration file. There is no installation and no download required. All you need is a PDF reader. You can select the language of your configuration. You can choose between an expert and an assistant mode. And you have to select the data logger model you are using. After you've done all the configuration in here, you export the configuration to an XML file, which you save on the data logger itself. As you can see, the XML file was created and your data logger is already configured. If you want to configure several different data loggers with the same configuration file, all you have to do is to drag and drop the XML file onto your data logger. This is the Testo 184 and today we show you how easy it is to read it out. Therefore, we'd simply take off the USB cap and plug in the logger into our computer. After you've plugged in your logger, a window opens which shows you your USB data logger's drive, and you can double-click on the report PDF. Here you see the complete measurement report of your data logger, and you get some general information about the device, you get information about the device's configuration, and you get some statistics for each channel, including MKT calculation. You are informed if there has been an alarm or not, which is very important. And if you want to see something about single alarm limits, you get some statistics in here. At the end, you also get a graph which helps you to visualize the measured data. To separate different sections of the transport, it might make sense to set a time mark. To do that, simply press the start button with a running data logger for a few seconds, and the time mark is set. Later in the final PDF report, You can see your time marks with the exact date and time. Also, the time marks are indicated in the graph by this small triangle. If you want to deactivate the time mark function, you can do this in the configuration PDF. The data logger Testo 184 can be very easily integrated into your logistic processes. On the back side of the housing you see a barcode which represents the unique serial number of the data logger. To connect the data logger to your packages, we recommend the use of double-sided self-adhesive tape. The immersions on the side housing of the data logger enable you to use a cable binder and easily connect the data logger to your boxes.